Hey everyone, today's August 1st, and you know what that means. It's Digimon Day, aka Odaiba Memorial Day or Chosen Children's Day. So, in honor of that, I wanted to make a video that I've been putting off for quite a while now. Let's talk about Digimon World 3 and why I think it's a really important game for the Digimon franchise. Digimon World 3 is a game that I was able to sink countless hours into. From the moment I got my hands on it, I explored a large, sprawling new world and raised my Digimon in a more traditional JRPG form factor. I say traditional JRPG because the previous two games, Digimon World 1 and 2, were vastly different from Digimon World 3. Digimon World 1 functioned more closely to the Digimon V-Pet. You hatch a Digimon, train it at the gym, have it fight rogue Digimon, and have it gain stat points to help it digivolve when it reaches a certain age. Age referring to how many in-game days have passed. This monster raising game was fun, but put a lot of players off because of the mechanics. The whole raising, feeding, training, and battling mechanics were fine, and I loved that gameplay style as a kid, but having your Digimon die on you while you're on a mission because it got too old was a major setback. I still remember walking around with my Meramon and having the guy just peace out on me while I was walking around the Dino region. As I grew older though, I grew to understand the reasoning behind the whole dying mechanic, but I totally understand it when people say that they just don't like seeing their progress just poof and disappear on them. Now when it comes to Digimon World 2, Bandai changed it up and made it a dungeon crawling puzzle RPG game? It's hard to describe it because, like an RPG, you're given a team or party of characters to play with. In this case, your party consists of 3 Digimon, and you're thrown into this Digi-Beetle tank thingy, and you're given a limited amount of movement points to explore and beat dungeons. They also introduced DNA digivolving into the game, but it doesn't work the way you think it does. When fusing 2 Digimon in this game, they end up creating a completely different Digimon of a lower level, which isn't how DNA digivolving actually works. A very strange game indeed, and I personally couldn't get into it. Then, Digimon World 3 came in and said, "Let me show you how it's done." You got a 2D pixel overworld with an asymmetric design, a 3 Digimon partner system like Digimon World 2, but the battles are 1v1, and you have the ability to rotate the active fighter out. You also have branching evolution lines, a compelling story, and true DNA digivolution, with the ability to see Digimon from a yet-released 4th season of the Digimon anime at the time. It boasts a playtime of 40+ hours, and there are plenty of side missions, character interactions, and they even included a simple card game to act as a little distraction from time to time. Oh, and let's not forget the iconic music this game boasts. The tunes of Digimon World 3 literally live in my head rent-free. Digimon World 3 had a lot going for it. It was released in the States first, and it was only $20 at launch. This budget game gave you a lot to do, but as a budget game, some corners had to be cut. One of the major complaints about this game is the fact that there's a lot of backtracking. One example of this is the mission where you need to get the blue card in order to advance to the south sector of the game. So the game tells you to talk to a Guilmon in Asuka City. But before you do that, you gotta defeat some douchebag named Keith. Then you're able to go talk to Guilmon. However, this Guilmon tells you that he doesn't have the blue card. A different Guilmon though, who's on his way to Seiryu City, can get us one. He might make a pit stop though for food. Subtle, isn't it? Well, turns out he's at the Forest Inn. So you talk to him and he tells you that he doesn't have it either. He says to go to Seiryu City. Alright, so we make our way to Seiryu City, and at the end we speak to a Guilmon who finally gives us the blue card. Never mind that he's called the Tricky Guilmon. Just progress to the gondola again, and when you try to use the card, psych, it turns out to be fake. The B was switched with an 8, making it the 8 Lu card. Okay, so let's go back to the Guilmon in Seiryu City, and he's gone. The Guilmon outside, though, tells us that he ran away and that he might be hiding inside the inn again. Alright, so let's go check the Forest Inn, and he's not here? Wait. There's a basement. Let's go check there. Ah, yeah, there he is, that little scamp. A little trickster.
Little piece of shit.
Okay, now we finally have the blue card. That only took 40 minutes! Yeah, if that doesn't tell you that this game is a budget title, I don't know what would. Backtracking missions like that are all over the game, sometimes lasting longer and even more cryptic than this. So if you're going to dive into this game, keep that in mind. This sort of cryptic BS likely caused a lot of players to go out and buy the special strategy guide that came out alongside the game. This strategy guide, however, is worth the price. As you can see, it's filled with a bunch of useful information practically holding your hand and letting you know where you need to go. It also lets you know what stats your Digimon need to be to unlock certain evolutions, and even detailed maps to help you navigate the confusing world that is Digimon World 3. Special thanks to friend of the channel, BioZVenom, for loaning his strategy guide for this video. Another gripe I have with this game is the fact that the leader battles don't really have much strategy to them. These city/town leaders are sort of like Pokemon gym leaders, except these leaders don't have a typing specialty. When you fight them, they just seem to have whatever random Digimon the devs thought were a good fit for them. The battles can be a little frustrating, especially if you didn't grind hard enough before them, or if you didn't equip all of your Digimon with a counter crest, which basically breaks the game and makes it much easier. And one last minor gripe I have with this game is not having more rookie partner Digimon to acquire. I still remember trying to get Lotmon as a partner because I saw it on a GameWinners.com strategy guide. Those bastards lied to me. Digimon World 3 may have its issues, but I can't help but love the amount of charm this game has too. As soon as you boot it up, the colorful sprite work brings me back to my childhood. The earworm-worthy, catchy music surrounds me and pulls me in, and the one-on-one battles with bosses, except for the leaders, kept me excited. One major part of the excitement comes from the blast gauge. This little tube fills up as your Digimon takes damage, and once it's full, boom! Your Digimon digivolves into a next level Digimon, or an alternative Digimon in this case, with a major power boost. Kinda like how it is in the show, sometimes a partner Digimon will digivolve to save their friend. It's essentially a comeback mechanic, and one that I abused as a kid, partly because I was too lazy to grind for levels, and also because I wanted to see what crazy new Digivolution I could get. Talking about Digivolutions, practically any partner Digimon in this game can get any other's Digivolution. It won't be easy though, because to do it, you don't only need to grind for levels, but you also need to train certain stats and resistances to a certain level in order to gain it. Once again, the strategy guide is perfect for this, but I didn't have it back then, so I relied on misleading internet guides. Woo! Digimon World 3 also had a very unorthodox leveling system, where your base rookie maintains the Digimon's overall level, and each of its evolutions also has its own level. Every battle gets you experience points for the base Digimon and its evolutions, and you end up gaining new skills and evolutions depending on who's leveling up at the time. It's a little confusing at first, I might say, but it's something you get used to quite quickly. Another major pro of this game is the post-game content, but it's only available if you bought the Japanese or PAL versions of the game. Yeah, turns out that being the first one to get the game doesn't mean you get the most complete version. Remember kids, 2002 was way before DLC was a thing. So it turns out after beating the final boss, Galacticmon, which by the way, that was one hell of a battle, you get a cool cutscene, and the game throws you back to the start screen. And that's it. For the American version, that is. If you boot your save file, it takes you back to before you enter the final dungeon that leads to the final boss. For the Japanese and PAL versions, you get to actually go back to Digimon Online and explore the uncorrupted Amaterasu server, but in a limited capacity. The gameplay I'm showing off right here is showing off what you're able to do. You can fight the Amaterasu leaders after you acquire all the partner Digimon and level them up to level 45, but you're also able to explore this sector without worrying about super high level Digimon beating the ever-living daylights out of you. This version of the game is indeed the PAL version, aka Digimon World 2003, with a 60 FPS hack to make it work better for me. All in all, Digimon World 3 is clearly a game with many issues, but contains a lot of character that any Digimon fan would indeed enjoy. The legacy of Digimon World 3 lives on today in the Digimon Story series. Just like Digimon World 3, the Digimon Story games are also closer to traditional JRPGs that have built on top of the Digimon World 3 formula, tweaking and changing things with each iteration. The Digimon Story games have been many people's first interaction with the Digimon franchise, especially Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory, two of the most beloved Digimon RPG games out there today. We're actually playing through Hacker's Memory on the channel, and if you'd like to check it out, you can click the link right over here. We're due for a new Digimon Story game any day now, and I'm looking forward to it. But if I'm being honest, what I would love to see is a new complete remake of Digimon World 3. It's no secret that the gaming industry has been pumping out updates and remakes of games for years now, and I believe that Digimon World 3 could use a facelift. Now obviously tweaking the main quest of the game to make it so you don't have to backtrack as much as necessary. All the travel back and forth is enough to make someone lose their mind. Next, I would love to see a completely 3D rendered overworld of Digimon World 3. It's been a dream of mine to be able to see the world of Digimon World 3 in more detail. Next would be adding more Digimon partners. As a kid, I kept seeing other Digimon in the overworld like Terriermon, Beelmon, Gabumon, and never having an opportunity to have them as actual partners. It was super annoying back then, and upping the roster of partner Digimon would be a great way to re-experience the game. Another thing I want to see is a change-up of the leader partners. Each leader had 3 random champion level, ultimate level, or even mega level Digimon, and I found that to be pretty lazy for the developers to do. I would love it if each leader had some sort of archetype. Birds, dinosaurs, sea creatures, give me something. New post-game content would be a must. Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth and Hacker's Memory have really done this well, so any team remaking Digimon World 3 should take notes. I would also love to see that final tournament thing that was teased at the start of Digimon World 3. Online support and tamer battles would be an amazing addition as well, especially if they add most, if not all, current Digimon and their evolution lines to the game. And finally, I would love to hear a remaster of the original soundtrack. The soundtrack is easily the most memorable part of Digimon World 3, and it's a non-starter if nothing is done with it. And that's pretty much the video, everyone. To end it off, let me go ahead and give Digimon World 3 a personal score. Digimon World 3 is going to get 4 counter crests out of 5. This game is just way too nostalgic, and the 60 FPS hack has made me fall in love with this game all over again, especially since I can see what happens after the final battle. When it comes to the video though, I wasn't 100% sure what I was going to make of this video when I started it, but I figured a half review and half wish list of what I would like to see would make good content for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. I really do hope a remake of this game comes soon, and if not, this 60 FPS hack will keep me happy for years to come. Anyway, once again, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like this video, comment down below with your experiences of this game. Did you like it? Did you ever beat it? Do you have the strategy guide? Was it you who wrote that goddamn lie of getting Lopmon? Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to stay tuned for our upcoming amazing content. We'll see you next time.